Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you 5 circuits you need for Redstone, and these are all for the Bedrock edition. But before we start the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. And let's start! Let's start with the first one, which is a T flip-flop. What it does is, let's say you have a button, and if you press it, it gives a pulse, but it stays on, and when you press it again it goes off, and that's super useful for some of your builds. So like if you have a door and you want to open it like on one side, and you can close it too, but then you can open it on the other side and then close it on the other side again. And if you make it with levers, this one doesn't work, so you need to turn off this one. Oh, and then this one, and then so definitely recommend you to make this thing. And it's very easy. You need a dropper facing upwards, one facing to the side, then a hopper facing into the bottom one, and then a dropper facing down. Then you need a comparator here or there. You can choose where you want, and then redstone dust here and a way to power it, something like a button. Then you need to place a block in one of them. Doesn't really matter in which one, but okay. And then if you press it, it goes on, and it gives out a very big pulse, as you can see. You can just place a repeater and it's a lot better. So let's move on to the next one, which is very useful too. This is a monostable circuit, and what it does, if you flick a lever, it gives a short pulse, and when you flick it again, it gives no pulse, and that's the same with the button. If you press it, it gives a pulse at the start. And this is a rising edge monostable circuit. You have a falling edge too. That is when you flick the lever, nothing happens, and when you flick it again, something you get the pulse. And it's the same when with the button, it gives a pulse at the end, and that's super useful for for if you want to make a 3x3 piston door. When you have a double piston extender that needs to retract your last block when all the blocks on the side are retracted, and and you only want the piston extender to extend and retract when you open the door, and when you close it you don't want it to fire. So that's super useful with this. When you flick the lever, nothing happens, so the door closes, and when you flick it again, it gives a pulse, and the piston will retract it. And that's there I use it a lot. And you have also this design. They use this a lot in Java edition. When you press it, very short pulse, as you can see with the repeater. But the falling edge one doesn't work. I don't know why. Very weird Bedrock edition. And then you have a dual edge too. This is very easy, just with an observer. It gives 2 pulses. I don't think I need to do a tutorial for this. You just need an item in the dropper, and then a comparator that takes an output from the hopper. Now the pulse extenders. So this is a very basic one. It gives a quite long pulse. When you press a button, it stays on for longer. And this one is longer because of the block here. I can press these two. So then this one goes out first, but this one stays on a lot longer than the time there was between I pressed the buttons. Just some comparators. There's another pulse extender, so when I press it, the torch stays off a little bit longer than the pulse of a button. And then you can place more repeaters, of course. And don't do too much like this, because the button unpowers when the signal here didn't even reach the end, so the torch goes out once, twice. You can do it with 3 repeaters with a wooden one just long enough. Yeah, a wooden one gives a longer pulse than a stone one, if you didn't know. And so yeah, all very easy. And then yeah, you have clocks, a very fast one, very basic one, with a comparator in subtract mode. Yeah, when you flick the lever, you get a very quick clock. So yeah, then you have this one. This is a very old design, and yeah, you need to flick the lever very quick. That doesn't work. You can also do this, and you can also make the clock a little bit slower by adding more delay, as you can see. And you have a very slow clock here. It's a hopper clock. I put 16 items in here, and then comparators which gives an output. And yeah, when the 16 items are in a hopper, one comparator empowers and the piston can push the redstone block, so you can get an output like this. So then we have an observer clock. Yeah, when you put two observers their face into each other, they give a clock. Watch out, because there's one thing: observers are very buggy in the Bedrock edition, so not use this too often. I would recommend not using this clock too much. Then yeah, we have a torch burnout clock. As you can see, it's a very quick clock, and then turns out you make it like this: redstone and a torch and a block with a block. So yeah, then it's torch power the redstone and the redstone power the torch, so it goes off. And yeah, it goes on and off exactly 8 times, so that's very easy. If you place 2 hoppers and you want exactly like 16 items, like with ender pearls, you can yeah, you get 16. And then yeah, when you place 4 you get 32, when you place 8 you get 64. So yeah, can be very useful for your base if you want something special. And yeah, here's 3 more random things that could be very useful, like this one. It's when you put in items, the clock activates until all the items are out of the dropper. So it will dispense now the 16 I put in, and then the clock turns off when you make it. It's a comparator, yeah, taking the pulse from the dropper, then a repeater here, 3 dots, and another repeater. So then a double piston extender. It's a little bit different than in Java edition, a little bit bigger, but not really that big of a difference. Yeah, 3 ticks here, 4 ticks here, and 2 ticks there, and then just connect everything with dust. Here, a vertical design. I'll show you how to make it this, but yeah, flick the lever, it extends, and it retracts, of course. So yeah, you need 2 sticky pistons like this, then a block with your lever, then you need redstone dust like this, then a block here, repeater on 3 ticks, then a block like this, then an observer like this, then a block, and then another block here, and then so redstone dust here, then yeah, block here. Then the last thing you need is a slab with redstone dust on top, and then your piston extender will work. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and if you want more of these, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!